Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the workwear series. For those of you who are new, hi, my name is Jessica, also known as Chicprofessor on Instagram, and I make videos on luxury goods, sustainable fashion, and workwear. This is my last video in the work bag series, and thank you to those who requested it. This video is going to be talking about the 5 most popular luxury work bags and ranking them in terms of quality versus cost. So let's go ahead and get started. I work in New York City usually when there's not a pandemic going on, when I'm not pregnant. I am working in New York City, and I can tell you that there are a lot of bags that I see all the time. I see a lot of Coach, Kate Spade, Michael Kors, Tory Burch. I would say those are the big ones I see. I see some Senreve every once in a while. But if you're gonna talk about luxury, the bag that without a doubt I see the most often is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. So that is one of the ones on this list. And then the other 4 I do tend to see every once in a while, but not as often, anywhere near as often as the Neverfull, or near as often as a lot of the more popular bags from the contemporary brands. So those are definitely by far the most popular that I see. So I chose 5 that I do see often, but also 5 that tend to be widely recommending on lots of different sites online. So yeah, first one we're going to talk about is the Neverfull. We're also going to talk about the Givenchy Antigona, the Saint Laurent Sac De Jour, the Prada Galleria tote, as well as the Saint Laurent Shopping Tote. So let's start with the Neverfull. I am going to be talking about the cost retail for these bags, but of course the cost pre-love can be quite different. 2 of the 5 I would recommend potentially buying retail, whereas the other ones I would not. So 2 that I would suggest potentially buying retail are the Louis Vuitton Neverfull and the Saint Laurent Shopping Tote. They are also the least expensive bags on this list. The bag I would recommend buying retail least is the one that I already own, which I did buy pre-loved, and that is the Prada Galleria tote in the large size. So just keep that in mind when I'm talking about cost. I am talking about it versus retail cost, but you can find a deal on a lot of these pre-loved, which will make the cost definitely more worth it. So I have a lot of thoughts on the Neverfull, but there is a reason that it is one of the most popular bags of all time. And I think that that is because it's pretty durable, it's pretty inexpensive, and it holds a lot. So it has all of those things going for it. Right now, the MM retails for $1,500. Depending on when you see this, there could be many price increases. The GM isn't that much more expensive, so depending on the size that you want, the PM is smaller, but that's less of a work bag, I think. So the price is pretty good. I will say, however, that although the canvas is very durable, the straps do wear on this bag faster than pretty much any of the other straps that I will be talking about for this video. It only has the option for a long carry strap. So if you're into totes, you're into floppy open totes, it has the little clip and you can pinch the sides in and everything. And you want something super lightweight that can hold a lot, then that is definitely a great option. I should also mention, another bag that I see a lot is the Longchamp Le Pliage. That one I'm not counting for this video because there is debate whether or not Longchamp is luxury, especially the Le Pliage line. So that would be a similar kind of bag that is very lightweight and has leather handles, but is a canvas. That one's nylon, this is coated canvas, but that kind of material for the body of it. I live fairly close to the Rego brothers, who a lot of people know as one of the best places you can send your bag to have something fixed up. And when you walk into their store, they literally have shelves upon shelves of Neverfulls. And I remember talking to them and saying, there are a lot of Neverfulls, and they said by far the work we get asked to do the most often is fixing the straps on Neverfulls. Replacing them, fixing them, it happens all the time because it's just a really thin strap that can dig in and can get wrinkled and can break and fall apart. A lot of times it doesn't, and it's pretty durable, but compared to a lot of the other ones, I think the strap is the biggest issue with that bag. That being said, once you kind of take the straps out of the equation, in terms of quality, the coated canvas is really high quality, and sometimes people have a Neverfull that looks brand new 10 years later. So I would say cost-wise for quality is pretty high, the reason that it is so popular. So next we will move to the most expensive bag on the list, and that is the Saint Laurent Sac De Jour. This is a bag that is recommended all the time for a luxury work bag because it is beautiful. It's one of my favorite looking bags. It's structured, it's sleek, it's chic, it's professional, it's all of those things. It's a great bag. It is the most expensive bag on this list, and I think it retails for $28.50. That is gonna be for the small size. You can also get the men's large, I think for around $3,500. That one is gonna be big enough to fit documents, whereas it's a little harder to fit them in the small size, and they don't make the large in the women's size anymore. This one is nice because it has the top handle carry as well as a long strap, and it just has this really beautiful, sleek look. Of course, with this video, you have to keep in mind that I can tell you something makes the most sense in terms of quality for price, but obviously a lot of these have completely different aesthetics, so you have to keep in mind which one you like the best and works best in your workplace. This bag is gonna look a lot more corporate, whereas the Neverfull is gonna be a lot more relaxed, so you have to keep that in mind. This is also fully leather. It has feet on the bottom. It has the accordion strap. It is a beautiful bag. Is it worth the price tag? Honestly, I think probably for a lot of people it is. It does hold up well over time, especially in the smaller size. In the old larger size, it would lose shape more easily, but depending on the kind of leather that you get and depending on the size that you get, it will probably stay more structured. Also, depending on the leather you get, you will get a different level of scratch resistance. The complaint I hear most often with the Sac de Jour is that it is quite heavy, so that is definitely something you need to keep in mind. And then for me, my other con, the reason I haven't bought that bag is because it doesn't fully close at the top and the interior is often suede lined, so it's not necessarily as weather resistant as some of the other bags. Next up, we have the Givenchy Antigona, and I am thinking about it in the large size, and that one retails for $24.50. This is a very popular bag that a lot of people thought was going to be an it bag, but then continued popularity probably because it is such a great work bag. People really like how wide it is. For me, it's a little bit too wide. It doesn't quite hang on the body like I'd prefer, and it has this big zipper. I don't personally love the zipper, but I do appreciate that it has a zip top as well as it's a satchel, so it has the short handles and the long strap. So in terms of versatility, it's really great. It's a very classic design, and it has sort of an interesting shape that makes it a little different than some of the other bags. For the price, I think this one is also pretty good. I do think that you can find them for better prices pre-loved, but for the price, it is a few $100s less than the Sac de Jour, and it does have that full zip closure, plus it has more room inside. You can carry more in this bag, and the strap is a little bit thicker, so it's generally a more comfortable bag to kind of load up and be really heavy. It's more comfortable to carry because that strap is thick. Quality-wise, I've heard really good things, especially if you get the sugar leather, which is the one that I will be linking down below. The smooth leather might scratch up, but a lot of people also say that they haven't had a lot of scratches or real issues with the smooth leather either. So this one can definitely be a great option for a work bag. Next up, we have my bag, which is one of my absolute favorites. This is the Prada Large Tote, the Prada Large Galleria double zip tote. This one is a bag I absolutely love. Again, I do suggest buying pre-loved because you can find better prices on it. I will link some of those down below as well as the retail one. You do have to make sure that you get the large size though for work if you're interested in carrying documents. The medium size is not gonna fly. I will link my review video for this bag down below as well so you can see a whole bunch more about it. But very quickly, I appreciate that it has the 2 zipper options. It is open slightly on the top, but it has versatile carry. The large does not always come with a shoulder strap, so make sure that you get it from a season that does. This one does have the large shoulder strap, which is great. I really like Saffiano leather. I find it quite weather resistant, but a lot of people don't love it. The corners will wear a little bit faster on this bag than some of the other ones, but it does have feet on the bottom, which is nice. So I would say quality-wise, for the full price, it's probably not as worth it as some of the other bags, but if you are able to find a great price pre-loved, I think that this has probably the most like classic appeal. This will always look like a boss work bag to me, and it's absolutely, without a doubt, one of my favorites. And the last bag I'm going to talk about that is a very popular work bag is the Saint Laurent Shopping Tote. I'm specifically thinking about the East-West, but you could do the other version as well. The East-West retails for $1,090, so just under $1,100. So it is actually the cheapest bag on this list. It is full leather, but it is a very similar shape to the Neverfull. It is basically just a big open tote. It has, you know, just one little pouch pocket, but everything else is nice and open. It does have a snap closure, so that it has that going for it over the Neverfull, which doesn't close as closely, and it potentially holds a little bit more shape, though I would still just consider it a lightweight floppy tote. If you want to go leather and you want to pay less than canvas and have something that has slightly more substantial straps, then this is a really great option. Again, I generally prefer a more structured bag, but if you're going to talk about what you get from a luxury brand for the price point, I think this is probably the best one on the list. And it does make sense to buy this one new. You will save maybe a few $100s, but you'll get quite a bit of wear generally on the pre-loved market. So it doesn't hurt to look into this one new. It's definitely a great option for something that's a little bit more subtle and a little bit more potentially work appropriate. I have heard a little bit about the leather wearing over time, but very little. Generally, I hear really glowing reviews about this bag. That is it for this video. I'm so curious to know if you all agree with me. Were these the 5 bags that you would have picked as being the most popular luxury work bags? And did you agree with my assessment on them? Also, want to know, out of all of these, which one would you want to add to your collection if you don't have any of them already? Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.